Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business with some Lorwyn, original Lorwyn set review, because Lorwyn Eclipse was epic, and it's time to go back to the origins, see a little bit more of the block at a time. So it used to be four sets: Lorwyn, Morning Tide, Shadow Mode, Eventide. So now we're gonna kick off a Lorwyn review, and then we're gonna continue with the others. So without further ado, welcome to the lands of Merfolk, Kitkin, Treefolk, Giants, Fairies, and all that stuff. We start with White, and then we're gonna go with the one drop first. Brenton for standard, so it's a 1 mana, 1/1 protection from red. You can sacrifice and prevent all damage or red source of your choice would deal this turn. Yeah, so this 1/1 Kitkin used to be good in Modern at one point, very good in sideboard against Burn, and I don't know how good this is in limited. It's a 1 mana 1/1. Against certain matchup, red based matchups, pretty good. Probably elementals on the giant. So yeah, I mean it's an uncommon probably for a reason. So we'll see. Gold Meadow Dodger. So it's a 1 mana 1/1 again. There's a lot of Kitkin 1 mana 1/1s, and it cannot be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. I think this one is actually actively good, especially if it starts early and then starts getting into a cheap damage. I don't know how much opportunity we have to add additional power, but the fact that like big creatures can block it, like imagine this being a 3/1. Like, I think that's not bad. Like I mean, it's not like a B plus level card or anything, but you don't mind on a one or two probably curve out deck. Gold Medal Harrier. Now this one is good. I think this one is good in modern standards too. So it's a 1 mana 1/1 Kitkin soldier for a white and tap. You can tap target creature. This is the OG tapper, which only costs 1 mana. These effects cost a lot more today. So this probably is pretty vicious. This card. Yeah, think about it as a removal. For 1 mana a turn, you can basically knock off their best creature. Gold Medal Starward. Okay, so it's a 1 mana 2/2 business and it's an uncommon. This is going to be very good in a Kitkin deck. As an additional cost to cast it, reveal a Kitkin card from your hand or pay it. Yeah, this is excellent. 4 mana 2/2 was obviously pretty bad, but if you have it in your opening hand and you are in a Kitkin deck, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. It's a very good card. Shields of Veliswale. So there are these kindred instants, which are shapeshifters, changelings, and every type. So when something care about Kitkins, this triggers it as a Kitkin, or it triggers it as a Merfolk. This is pretty good because these probably go into every deck now. About the power level, so it's an instant creatures target player controls get plus O plus one. Uh, yeah, plus O plus one, and gain all creature types until the end of turn. Yeah, I mean, we need to see this. The cost of it is pretty low. Like, I feel like if there's like a massive brawl in a combat, like a 3 against 3 or something like this can probably save like two creatures, but it's also very rare that your opponent needs to make those bad attacks. Like, there's a reason why they make those attacks. So, no, I take it back. This card's probably not good. The artwork is fantastic on it, though. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not really what we need here. Sense Air. This is a 2 mana 1/1. Slightly underwhelming, but he has a good haircut. Like he's going clubbing tonight. It's a Kitkin soldier, and whenever this attacks, it gets +1/+1 for each other attacking Kitkin. Okay, now we're talking. So if you attack with three creatures, it attacks as a 4/4. Also, like four creatures, it attacks with 4/4. Okay, we can see that, yeah. In some circumstances, like you need to clear the path for attacking, but if you can do that, this is pretty good. Entangling tap. Since it's 1 and a white enchantment, whenever you clash, tap target creature opponent control. If you want it, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next step. This I have a hard time evaluating. I would think it's not very good. I'll tell you why. So I don't know how many clash we need for this to pay off. Like probably like seven, where I feel like okay, I can get like two or three triggers off of this, and then I do need to win those things to be meaningful, right? So it's like because that's when it's a stun counter, but like winning a random from top of the deck, and I think the blue you would think about ponder, they can manipulate a little bit the top of the deck, but then the issue is that blue and white probably inherently are smaller creatures, so less likely to win the clash. Because I think this card is just not good, unfortunately. But we'll see, we'll see. If I see a lot of clash, I'll take my words back. On this one, Favor of the Mighty, it's 2 mana Kindred Enchantment Giant. There you go. Each creature with the greatest mana value has protection from each colors. Yeah, this is good. Now this plays into I think what Giants want to do. That they will have the highest mana value, and then you're gonna have like a massive beater which is gonna be immune to keen spells, cannot be blocked, and it can block anything with impunity. Now that's kind of it worth a card which is it's not even blank when you play it, because on that turn, like if you got the biggest creature, right? Yeah, like you're gonna rumble already. So yeah, it's pretty good. Hoofprint stack. I think this one's a good one too. So it's a Kindred enchantment for elementals, and it's one and a white. Whenever you draw a card, you may put a hoofprint counter on this enchantment, and you can remove 4 and get a 4/4. Yeah, delayed 4/4, and this is with flying, so this is pretty good. Cannot be instant speed activated, but who cares? Like you play it on turn 2, by like turn 6, you have like one of the first 4/4. So if the game goes 10 turns long, then you get two of them. Yeah, that's one way to win a limited game. And so this is a rare for a reason. Judge of Currents is a 2 mana Merfolk Wizard, 1/1. Whenever a Merfolk you control becomes tapped, you may gain 1 life. It's all Merfolk, so I don't know. Again, the 1 mana stat line is a suspect in 2026, but um, yeah, if you have like 4 Merfolks, they are attacking, game 4 life. It's probably pretty good at racing things. So yeah, yeah, I think I would take this one more for that. Kingswell Skirmisher, 2 mana 2/2. Yep, that's good. So I don't part. When it enters, target creature gets +1/+1 on the end of turn. Yeah, this is your part. This is your sea level card, I think, in that era. It'll get a little buff, something might be able to connect. You have a 2 mana 2/2. That's what you would expect. Kitkin Greatheart. So it's a 2 mana, 1 and a white, Kitkin Soldier. It's a 2/1, and as long as you control a giant, this gets +1/+1 and has first strike. Ha! They bought it up over there. Yeah, this could be good. I mean, it's aggressive. I think it's just the problem with this that what is the first turn when you play a giant? It's turn 4. So in turn 3, it's not attacking as good. Like your opponent is inclined to trade more. But yeah, 3/2 first striker is quite the brawler if you can get this going. You can play this on turn 3 too. It's not the end of the world. Knight of the Meadow Grain. Oh, this one I like these cards. Like this card is fantastic. I think it's a white, little bit harder to cast, but that's for a reason. It's 2/2 first strike lifelink. Yeah, this is just absolutely bonkers limited card. I think. Especially if combat tricks are good in this format, this can go a long way. This can swing a game in itself. Like imagine a +3/+0 on this one. And just like knock their 5 drop for like 2 mana and then gain 5. Phew, jeez. This makes every combat trick like almost like a hard removal if they are tapped out. So yeah, and decide to block. Malicious Pride. So it's 2 mana Kindred Enchantment. It's Kitkin. Whenever a non-token creature you control attacks, you may pay white. If you do, create a 1/1 critical soldier token that's tapped and attacking. Yeah, the tapped and attacking, I think it makes it weaker. Because it would be great to just send your Kitkins or any creature in, and then you can make a blocker, but this does not do that. Yeah, it would have been good with flyers. I don't know. It does give you a body for free, so that's not nothing, and you can get a decent amount of it. And if you go wide enough, then those start mattering because your opponent can just afford blocking them. But yeah, I don't know. Wanted to see this one. Pollen Lullaby. It's a 2 mana, 1 and a white instant, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn, clash with your opponent. If you win, creatures that player controls don't untap during your player's next untap step. Okay, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. So if you win a clash, that's awesome. You can win a game with this. Like this is a fog which I would play. Like maybe I would want to play it with giants. I feel like white is giants too. So if I likely to win that clash, then yeah, this knocks their board out for a turn. I can't believe that that's Whimsical all of your creatures. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so that's good. Surge of Southwest. So it's 2 mana Kitkin, instant tribal creatures you control get +1/+1 at the end of turn. If you control Kitkin, draw a card. Yeah, this is great. Like if you are in the Kitkin deck, this is the type of card you want. This is free. Like it just draws you back the card. I think it's quite good. And outside of Kitkins, it's not as good, obviously. Triclopian Sight, so it's a 2 mana aura flash ancient creature. When this aura enters, untap ancient creature, it gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of a combat trick. The flash does help it defensively. It's a defensive combat trick, which inherently takes away because combat tricks are not as good as defensively. Um, yeah. Against +1/+1, that's vigilance. Still have, this is a combat trick. Like, I read it as if it was an instant, because um, sticking on it, opens you up for 2 for 1 anyway. So if you can convert this to a card, then it has a place. But I don't think this is very powerful. Viz and Send, however, it's Kid King Cleric for white. Yeah, when white is not casting cost for 2 drops, it's pretty good. It's 2/2 other Kid King creatures you control get +1/+1. Yeah, that's the lord you want, the hero we deserve. So, yep, Avian Changeling. So this is essentially a Windrake, 3 mana, 2 to flyer, but it does have Changeling. So it goes into every deck. If you need a little bit of Air Force in Kitkin, this is your boy. If you need a little bit of an early Giant, this is Giant. Yeah, this I think is a pretty high pick. Like, this card's pretty good. Flying for Merfolk, yeah, Jesus. This is a lot in the context of this format. Battle Mastery, 3 mana, Enchantment Aura, Ancient Creature, it has double strike. Yeah, so I think this back in the day was considered to be great. I don't know if it played great, but today we know that this is probably not good. I don't know. I need to see the removal, like how much you can get 2 for 1 for it. But again, like flyers help with this. But yeah, this is just an aura which did this double strike. In the early days, they were very afraid of double strike in the design. Today, we know that's not the end of the world. You can still chumbuck a double strike on double strike tempo is pretty good, but this is not that. So yeah, just take it like that. Okay, Crypt Swap. Yeah, so this is a bad removal, I think, in this time. Today, I think it's a good removal because there's so many bombs that giving the 1/1 is actually doesn't really matter. But what's happening here is for 3 mana, instant shapeshifter changeling, exile target creature. Its control creates a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. So if your opponent has bombs, this is pretty good. If exile matter, this could be good. But otherwise, like killing a 4/4, like, or 3/3, God forbid, and I get a 1/1 back, you don't feel good about that deal. So yeah, I mean, one copy I don't mind in my draft pile because this get out of the JF3 card. If I see some ridiculous bomb, I'll bring it in. But I would start in the sideboard. Harpoon Sniper, 3 mana, Merfolk Archer, 2/2. For white, this creature deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature where X is the number of Merfolk you control. This card is unreal. Like, I don't know, yeah, like if you have like 4 creatures and 3 of them attacking, they just can't block, or they gotta trade down. This is unbelievable. Wow. Yeah. I mean, this is a first pickable card. Like, I would move into Murphy for this card. Kitkin Harbinger. No, yeah, this is kind of like the Eclipse creatures. It's just like, I think it's worse, but in the context of this format, it's probably pretty good. So it's 3 mana Kitkin Wizard. When this creature enters, you may search your library for the Kitkin card, reveal it, then shuffle and put it on the top. So you can Vampiric Tutor for your tribe and so on. Kitkin Healer. So this is a 3 mana 2/2 Kitkin Cleric or Grey Ogre. And for tap, prevent next 1 damage that would be dealt to any target this turn. So this is now like Merfolk Harpooner or whatever that thing was, which is insane. This is a lot worse because 1 damage and does not deal damage. So it's like, yeah, a lot worse. But it's a common. So yeah, like one copy I don't mind. I think the Kitkin deck. Mirror Entity. Now this one, Creator of Behemoth on Lorwyn. So for only 3 mana, so it's a 3 mana, 1/1 shapeshifter, changeling, all that stuff, every type. And for X mana, on the end of turn, creatures you control have base power and toughness excess and gain or creature type. So this is how you win the game. Like, you play this, they get 9 mana, make everything 6/6, and you rumble in. Yeah, not that difficult. It's obviously an A+ card. Like, you pick it and you put it to every deck. You're gonna be white. This is your bomb. This is what it's probably one of the best cards in the set. Oblivion Ring, speaking a very good card in the set. So it's a classic 2 and a white enchantment. When this creature enters, exile the target creature, non-land permanent. When this enchantment leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control. And this one, because it's 2 sentence, you can play the trick that you play the Oblivion Ring, the exile goes on the stack, while this is on the stack, you bounce it, and the leaf triggers, and then obviously the thing is not exiled yet, so it cannot leave. But the exile trigger goes off, and then the thing gets exiled, so it permanently exile the card. Congratulations. So yeah, Spring Jack Knight. It's a Kitkin. 3 mana Kitkin Knight. Whenever this creature attack, clash with your opponent. If you win, target creature gains double strike until end of turn, and it's 2-1. I think this one's like I don't like the 3 mana 2-1 bodies obviously, but the clash it sounds like it's pretty powerful here because this triggers every time. And if you can back it up with combat tricks, it survives a combat. Like I think the damage starts piling up. Like this like gets a cash, and you know before you go to damage whether that's a double strike or not. So you can plan accordingly. Your opponent knows it too, but like yeah, I think there's enough upside here. Wismare, so it's a 3 mana elemental, 1/3 flyer, which doesn't make it too exciting, but when it enters, destroy target enchantment. Now, this is good in a format with Oblivion Ring, and you're gonna see other enchantments too. So I think evoke 1, you can just get the destruction if that's what you want to do. But yeah, this card's quite good. Ajani Goldmane, the first planeswalker ever. Because we go from Wuberg order, this is literally the first one. So it's a 4 mana, and these are rares by the way. So before War of the Sparks, they even had rare planeswalkers, and I moved them to mythics because they were too powerful. But this is on the first cycle, or maybe this is not as powerful, but it's pretty good still. So in limited is a house, so make no mistake. It's an Ajani planeswalker. It enters with 4 royalty. For +1, you gain 2 life. That could happen in a limited game. But for -1, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance until the end of turn. Yeah, this one, if you have a board presence, you put down, you just see +1/+1 counters get distributed. You attack when it's comfortable, then you still have blockers to protect the journey. Then next turn you do it again. That's like 6 +6/+6 worth of stats. That's crazy. And there's a -6, create a white avatar creature token. It has this token's power and toughness are each equal to your life total. So it's Sarah's avatar is the joke here. You get a big body, but that's not really what matters in this card. I mean, if you can hunker up and then get this to like 7 or 8, and then for the -6 get like a giant like 15/15, and then start spending counters, that works too. But yeah, I mean, the world is your oyster with that, Johnny. Okay, so Bridget, who was in Lorwyn Eclipse too, so it's her first incarnation. So it's 4 mana, 2 white white for a Kitkin Archer, 2 C with first strike, already pretty good. And yeah, Jesus, tap for Bridget deals 2 damage to each attacking or blocking creature target player controls. Yeah, I mean this is just yeah, yeah. I don't know, I don't remember the name of that card 2/3 with Crimson Man, which was taking over every game, but this is like that. Like this card's unbelievable on defense especially, but it's not that bad on offense too. If you give it vigilance somehow, that aura which gives vigilance, I would draft one if I have a Bridget in my deck. Don't fluke. So it's an elemental 03 for 4 mana. Oof, it's quite the stat line. Flash, when this creature enters, prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to any target this turn, and you can evoke it from 1. So this is the return of Healing Salve from Alpha, and just as bad as Healing Salve was in Alpha. I don't think you want to pick this card really in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. Gear Powder Mage. Oh, actually, sorry, I might regret that, but I maybe with the Dora you can pick this. But yeah, but that's niche application, so don't pick it highly. Gear Powder Mage, so it's a Gear Powder Mage. So it's 4 mana Kitkin Wizard with flying Kitkin. 3/3. Whenever this creature attacks, exile another creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's controls at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, this is probably pretty good. I didn't count how many ETB creatures Kitkins have, but this sounds good to me. And the 3/3 flyer, look like the baseline is like a B minus considering the era of Magic. So and then we go from there depending on how you build the deck. Yeah, solid card. Here Comber Giant. It's a 4 mana 3/3 with Mountain Walk. The artwork is unbelievable on these cards. Look at this. Like, this is such an insanely cool artwork. And yeah, it walks the mountain. Like, this is one of the most favorite for design. A giant combing the mountain. Yeah, excellent. Not much to say. If you need a body that brawls at 4 mana, somewhat you can use this. I think a 3/3 feels like pretty big in this format so far, what I've seen. Keen's Bear Balloonist. So it's a 4 mana Kitkin Soldier flying at 2/2. Okay, okay. Windrake is excellent in this era, so this is just 1 mana more than that. And whenever this attacks, you may have target creature gain flying on the end of turn. And that 1 mana very well worth the cost. Yeah, I think this is better than Windrake. So yeah, pick it highly, play it. This is good. This is how Kitkins probably get through the last few points of damage. This is what you want on your 4 drop slot on your Kitkin deck. Yeah, I'm actually very impressed with this card. For me, this is like a B minus. Again, considering the era. Neck snap. So snap their neck. 4 mana, instant speed, destroy target attacking or blocking creature. No matter what they are doing, if they engage in a fight, their neck is gonna be broken. Yeah, obviously premium removal, I think, for limited. So yeah, pick it highly, enjoy. Oaken Brawler. So it's a 4 mana 2/4, 3/4 warrior. When this enters, clash with your opponent. If you win, put a +1/+1 counter on. So 4 mana 2/4 in this format, I think it lines up well actually pretty well. It does not die to nameless inversion, yada yada yada. So there's plenty to like here with the Oaken Brawler. And if it's a 3/5/4/4, that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I think that's not bad card. Summon the school. Now this is G. This is a real deal. So it's a sorcery, tribal sorcery, merfolk, 4 mana, create 2/1/1 blue merfolk wizard creature token, which is not much. But the next line of text, tap 4 untap merfolk you control, which is including probably the two you created, and return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, I mean that's like just an infinite power, infinite flood protection. Yeah, very very good card. This is a reason to pull you into Merfolk at a lower rarity. Southwest Trio. So okay, so there you go. Now we are championing again. So there's these lords. Basically, what we have seen in Lorwyn Eclipse. This was the origin of it. So it's a critical creature, 5/5 with first strike and vigilance for 4 mana. It's quite the brawl. And you can champion a Kitkin when this enters sacrificed unless you exile another Kitkin you control. When this leaves the battlefield, that card returns to the battlefield, not to your hand. Yeah, that one's quite good. This creature can block any number of creatures. Yeah, I think this is a game winning power level card. Like when you play it, I understand usually you shrink your board, but this does not do that. Because if they don't have a removal, you can't actually. Um, and so this has no downside virtually, what I'm trying to say. Because if they kill this, you get back the creature, so it didn't went down on blockers. If they don't kill it, this can block a number of creatures. That score is very good. Wow. What a card deck. I feel like in this era, Lorwyn seemed like a very powerful set, probably. Like, it feels like there's a little oomph here. Veteran of the Depth. It's a Merfolk Soldier. 2/2 for 4 mana. Okay, it's not the ideal stat line. But whenever this creature becomes tap, you may put a +1/+1 counter. And yeah. That's what you want with your Springleaf Drum. Just tap it every turn, make it an 8/8, and start sending it in. Yeah, pretty good. Changeling Hero. And this one I think is very, very good. So it's a 5 mana 4/4. It's a changing shapeshifter, which do matter because they go into every deck. And you can champion a creature. When this enters, sacrifice unless you exile another creature you control. When this leaves the battlefield, that card returns to the battlefield. And it has lifelink. It's a 5 mana 4/4 lifelinker. You need to have like one creature. In my book, you want to have two creatures because if they kill one under it, right, then you can't exile anything and you have to sacrifice this. So don't run into that trap. But as long as you cast it and it hits the board, yeah, it's formidable. And then we go into final stretch of white. So Cloud Coat Ranger. It's a 5 mana giant warrior ranger with 3/3. Huh. It's a tiny little giant though. Yeah. But anyway, when this enters, create 3 white kicking soldier token. Yeah, take it back. This card is excellent. Tap 3 on tap creatures. This creature gets +1/+2 and fire against. Yeah, this is Kit Keeper. This is the little brother of Kit Keeper, essentially from Lorwyn Eclipse. This is exactly what it does. It's guaranteed 3, not more, never more than that. But it's like hit them for 5. Yeah, solid stuff. And this has to be Kitkins. It has to tap like you want to put this together with Kitkins. But yeah, but otherwise, solid card. Plower Knight. Oh my god, this is a 5 mana Kitkin Knight. Kitkins are flying, dude. These Kitkins are menace here. Wow. So Kitkin Knight 3/3 flying first strike. Solid. Like a 5 mana 3/3 flyer is serviceable. Like it's like a C plus level card and that's era. This has first strike. So yeah, again, with combat tricks, ridiculously good card. Sentry Oak, It's a 5 mana C5 defender 3 4. At the beginning of combat in your turn, you may clash with an opponent. If you win, this creature gets +2/+0 and loses defender on the end of turn. Yeah, so it's gonna come in as a 5. You are in 3 folks, so you're probably gonna win the clash. Yeah, maybe that white enchantment with the clashes that deserves a little bit more merit than I thought originally. Because with 3 folks, if there are repeatable clashes, you have like 4 or 5 of them, you're gonna draw one of them, and that starts triggering and tapping down a creature every turn, stunning it. Yeah, there's value there. Okay, okay. Well, if you have a lot of these, you play that. So that's really the joke here. Soaring Hope. It's a 5 mana ancient creature. When this enters, you gain life. The creature gets flying. And for 1 and a white, you can put this aura on top of its owner's library. It's very weird. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. I mean, one copy with with giants or whatever, which gets chump blocked or stuff like that, I could imagine in my deck. But man, it's 5 mana. 3 life matters nothing. The flying is the joke here, but the fact that this stuff puts it to the top of its owner's library and not to your hand, it's ridiculous. Because the joke is that you can place it in a better creature now and that has flying, but you skip your draw step for it. Oh, this is just like a don't play this card. Vagabond Apothecary. It's a Merfolk Cleric. It's 2/3 for 5 mana. And for 1 white, prevent all damage that would be dealt to target that Merfolk or Kit King creature this turn. Yeah, this is the coach. This is it. This is a guy who kind of orders them to the right place. Yep, this card is excellent. This is very good. Like you can like if you have 4 mana open, you just send everything in, whatever gets through deals damage. If there's any bad trade, you can just prevent the damage on that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good mousing. Austere command. Yeah, I mean limited. This is probably all star. It's a wrath, 6 mana. But you have a choice, and this is modular. So that's the power of this card. So you can destroy all artifact, destroy all enchantment, destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less, destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. So this is you have the option to destroy every creature, right? If you have small creatures, they are big creatures, you can destroy big creatures and choose another mode like destroy all enchantments or something you don't have, so you don't need to care about it. If they have a very problematic enchantment, this gets it with probably some of their creatures too, right? So this is very flexible for 6 mana. This is well worth the price, and you're gonna love this card. Like this card is excellent. And it's an A plus bomb. It catches you back up. It can push advantage. This does everything. Like this I think is an A plus card here. Leverage Giant. So it's a 6 mana giant warrior, 5/3. This can block an additional creature each combat with 5 power. That's no joke. And whenever this blocks 2 or more creatures, gains first strike. Holy, wow, what a blocker here. Yeah, I mean this is removal or bust. Not getting through this guy. He's really watching that lair behind it. So yeah, yeah, that's solid stuff. Giant looks cool. So then we have a rare Purity. It's an elemental incarnation. This is a psycho, by the way. It's 3 and 3 of 1 card of mana. This is white and it has flying. It's a 6/6. If no combat damage would be dealt to you, prevent that damage. You gain life equal to damage prevented this way. So it makes your burn spells life gain spells, which probably not the way you want to use them. But their burn spells are not going to your face. And when put into a graveyard from anywhere, you shuffle it into your owner's library. So you cannot get decked unless they deck you in the same turn. But if they think that you're just gonna lose that way. If you have a sack outlet, you can just put this always on that up. Obviously, they're gonna kill it when you would mean yourself. But anyway, you get the idea. You have a 6/6 flyer, you just beat them with that. And the rest is flavor text. Arbiter of Norwich. So this is 7 mana giant wizard, 5/5 with vigilance. When this creature enters, each player's life total becomes the highest total among all players. This is I think quite good. Because giants having bigger mana cost, you're probably gonna be prone to falling behind a little bit, and this catches you up. And then from there on, you have a 5/5 vigilance, so that's not that difficult to turn that game around when you have the biggest creature on the board. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was White. I think original Lorwyn, as exciting as Lorwyn Eclipse was, probably even better balanced. So I cannot wait to draft this set because I feel like this is kind of like have been a little bit power up compared to the era, or I feel like there's a lot of good cards here. So yeah, these some of these cards would even be legit today. So yeah, don't sleep on this set. This looks quite good, and then we're gonna move on with the blue set review. So see you there.